Today I'll show you the irrigation setup that I have for my herb garden. It's over here. It contains tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, zucchinis, some herbs, potatoes over here in bags, and horseradish. So let me explain it all step by step. So it starts over here at the hydrant, and the first thing that happens after the hydrant is, of course, the splitter, because I also have a hose attached to it. The next thing after the splitter is this pressure regulator. Now you can control the amount of pressure going to the irrigation system using a valve, and that works, but it's a little bit more finicky than using an actual pressure regulator, where this gives you a little bit more precise control than the valve does. Plus you get the readout that tells you exactly how much pressure you need to put out. As you can see, it's actually not that much. Looks like I have it set at about 25 psi at the moment, and that's all that it takes for to water everything that I'll show you today. Next is a timer, of course, and after the timer is a fertilizer injection system. So what happens here is that I put a organic liquid fertilizer in here. You can also put dry granules, as long as they're dissolvable kind, and as the water flows past it, it goes into the tank and gets injected back into the water stream. On top of the tank, there is a regulator that allows me to control how much fertilizer to inject at any point in time, from slow to fast. And really, I always keep it at slow because that's fast enough for my purposes. After that, I have a splitter, because part of the system actually goes under the driveway and waters my flower garden, and the rest of it goes into the veggie garden that I'll be showing you today. You can't bury this pipe underneath the driveway. It's not sturdy enough, but you can put it in a 1-inch PVC conduit and bury that, and that's sturdy enough. Okay, so this line right here goes into the veggie garden and waters everything there. You can't really see it in the grass here, but you can pick it up over here again, right here. And the first branch that branches off goes to water the bags of potatoes and a horseradish that I have. As you can see, it's one branch that comes across, and then it branches off for each row of the bags. I keep the line right at the edge of the bags so that I keep the walkways clear. And okay, what happens next? So here's an example that's easy to see. The 1/2-inch line is going past, and from it, quarter-inch line comes off. So the first thing is a solid quarter-inch line, and that part is joined, and I can't really see the joint, but there's a joint somewhere, to the a section of drip line. And the drip line has these emitters in it. As you can see, this fatter section. And basically what I do is I cut a section of the drip line that has 4 emitters in it, and that seems about right for each of the bags that I'm watering. So just 4 emitters each is just right. And then that's all held in place by these little stakes. The rest of the line, picking it up over here again, continues on into the veggie garden under the fence. I have my tomatoes fenced in because we have deer who love to snack on the tomatoes, and some of the deer, especially the young ones, even snack on the tomatoes vine, which is crazy because they're poisonous. Okay, so here's the first few branches that coming off the lines inside the fenced areas. So the first branch over here is for the veggie garden that I have, for the herb garden that I have at the edge of the fence here. As you can see, I keep the line right at the edge of the fence. That keeps it out of the way. And so here, similar to the bags, all that is happening is that the line, a quarter-inch line comes off the main line and goes into the pot. Same setup, 4 emitters each. And then for the second line, I have a row of tomato plants. And I keep that line to the edge of the tomato plants to keep, again, the walkway clear. This line actually exits through the fence and goes into under this covered tunnel, which contains my zucchini plants. And that's similarly to the bags. Let's just get a closer look here. You have a 1/2 inch line. From that, a 1/4 inch line comes out. And the first section of the 1/4 inch line is solid. And then if I search real close here, I can find a joint. This is where the solid line transitions into a drip line. And the drip line, again, just to give a close-up, has these emitters which drip water at a prescribed rate. And again, what I use is 4 emitters per tomato plants, and it's about right. In this case, it's not a tomato plant, it's a pepper plant, but the same idea. And you can see kind of faint traces of the 4 places that it waters around the plant. Coming back to the main line here. So that's the first 2 branches. The third branch does exactly the same thing for the next row of tomatoes. Again, keeping to the edge of the walkway to keep it out of the way. And finally, the trunk, again, another row of tomatoes, keeping to the edge. And again, and this one also exits out of the fenced area and goes to this tent-looking thing where I have my cucumbers right now. And the setup for cucumbers is similar to the setup for the tomatoes, except that the 1/4 inch drip line is running in a line instead of in a spiral, and it's going along. There's 2 lines that go along each side of the trellis. And what else can I say? This setup is pretty durable. This is the 3rd year that I'm using about 50% of this network of pipes. I roll it up over the winter and put it aside so that I can till this garden area. And typically there's some fixes I have to make at the end in the springtime when I unroll it and untangle it, but it lasts pretty well. And I think this year's setup is about 50% reused and 50% new, because this garden area is a bit bigger than it was last year. Well, I hope this was helpful.